Hello, I've recently completed my ASYE. I wanted to just share a few reflections from my journey. One of my personal reflections as a Black social worker is that at times I felt I had to work hard to prove myself. So today I am going for my ASYE graduation. Hello. Oh my god. I actually don't have my stand here, but guys, a quick update. So today is the last day. Today is actually 13th, and it happens to be the last day of my ASYE. So when I started working, they didn't actually, they gave like extra 2 weeks, they gave me extra 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks before my ASYE start date? They gave after, not before, after 2 weeks. So I started my job around April, and they gave about, is it 2 or 3 weeks? Anyway, yeah, before my ASYE start date. Guys, this is my hair. I don't know how it's looking. I've been out on visits upon visits. I'm actually exhausted. And is this my lunch break? Because I want to eat actually. I want to just have something in my belly. But guys, yeah. Life update. This is the end. Today marks the end of my title as a newly qualified social worker. Assisted and supported a year of employment as a social worker. Today marks the very end. Today marks the very end of it. How do I feel? I think I'll make a different video on a different day. My experience about the program. It is just more to say, you have so many things to say, you don't know where to start. This 1 year, this 1 year of working as a social worker, one year working as a social worker in the UK. So many unsaid words, but not work related, rather my personal experience. Emotionally draining. It's emotionally draining. I won't lie to you. It's emotionally draining. It is emotionally draining. But again, it's something that I find joy in doing, and that satisfaction is in there. But guys, I just want to let you know that today is the end of my ASYE. I don't know when I'm going to be putting all this together, but I want to document this day as usual. I remember when I documented my first day working as a social worker in the UK. 1 year after today, I have not posted that video. It's still just there in the phone. But maybe by the time I'll be posting this video, if you're seeing this video now, maybe I've posted it. For me to have posted this video means that I've posted that particular one. But the date I'm recording this particular one, the recording itself, I haven't posted it 1 year after. So some of these things are just for me to document them and keep, see, when I feel like I want to post them. But yes, guys, I'll make a different video. I'm joining with this one to like tell you what my feeling is as a black person practicing the profession. I will know it is white dominated profession. A black person practicing it, my own perspective, not just a black person, but a black person who have lived all her life outside the country and was barely 2 years in the country before practicing. So you know we have a lot of black people in the profession, but some of them grew here, they're already used to the environment, they're used to everything. But you being a black person from, my hand is actually paining because I don't have a full stand yet, but a black person who all your life you've lived outside the UK, but now coming here to study the course social work after qualifying and after professionally being registered, you had to practice it. So you know the experience for me will be different from those who have been here all their lives, isn't it? So yeah, yes guys, okay, I gotta go now. I want to have my lunch and then continue with my job. But again, I will tell you more of it. I will do a different video and then join us with us. Stick around. Hello lovelies, good morning. So today I am going for my ASYE graduation. It feels so real. So to keep it very quick, I finished my ASYE a couple of months ago, but the graduation was pushed forward to today because they wanted more people to graduate so that it can be like, so that it can accommodate more people in the graduation ceremony, if that makes sense. I don't know how it's gonna look like, but yeah, I'm going. I'm going, guys. Like I said, it's been a while that ASYE, I completed my ASYE, but today is the ceremonial day. And also, I know I'm gonna keep this juicy part, this news, I'm going to keep it for now. But yes guys, I thought I should take you along as well, because I've documented few things about this ASYE journey, and this is it. I've got my certificate already for months ago as well, but today is a ceremony. It's not compulsory. If you want to go, you go. If you don't want to go, it's up to you. It doesn't change anything anyway, but I want to go because I like the extra teas on top your teas. How do I feel about today? How do I feel about today? You know, there's some things that you don't just like, there's some emotions and things that you don't see yourself saying, but just take it from me that this journey has been a journey. So guys, I will take you along as much as I can. So I'm going to be driving down from here to the area again. It's like an hour. No, it's like an hour, so around 30 something 40 something minutes. But the parking is the issue there, so it seems like I'll have to go to the office, park my car, and then go there with a tram, or I look for a nearby car park. I don't know, whichever one that works. But guys, see you later. Guys, see where I landed. I landed. It's my daughter's birthday. I just thought I should stop by to get this, but I'm gonna tell you all about my movement today. Pop it in the car. And okay, in the car. So this will be here. I bought a skirt with faders for her. Can you see it properly? Like a fader. And I got some balloon that I'm going to go in. I have to force it in. The number 2 is like S. It's in my eyes, oh. Okay, so I also bought balloon, and I still have other balloon that I can use. So basically, yeah, we're not doing something serious. I'm not doing anything. We are not doing anything very serious, though. We really want to mark it for her as a princess that she is. Her birthday was 2 days ago, so because it was during the day of the week, within the week, we did some activities with her, did some other things with her, but we felt like we should invite a few of family friends to come cut her cake with her, you know. So yeah. So guys, just briefly before I drive off, this is the video. This is actually, I couldn't really film it. I went there, I went for the graduation, and this is the video that I got, that I took. It's not, this is just a picture that one of. So hello guys, I think I'm going to do a different video, a different day about today's meeting. I'm going to, so you'll be seeing that video the next slide, because I just returned, you know. Obviously you saw me, I had to stop over to buy something, but this is what they gave me. They gave me, this is penguin chocolate, and this is the book. This is the book they gave. I will show you right now. Let's just see the book. I'm gonna do that later. Sorry, I couldn't do it. Hello, I've recently completed my ASYE, that is the Assessed and Supported Year of Employment as a newly qualified social worker, just like the previous video you saw. And you could see that I said that I mentioned that I will be making a different video to give my honest reflection about the program. Well, I wanted to just share a few reflections from my journey and hopefully offer some encouragement to those of you who are about to begin your ASYE, or you already doing your ASYE, or even starting or currently in your ASYE. Starting the ASYE can feel exciting, but also quite very overwhelming. You move from being a student to being fully responsible for cases, making decisions, and supporting vulnerable individuals and families. And at the beginning, It's actually normal to question yourself and sometimes wonder if you are doing the right thing. You try to question yourself, can I actually, is this the right decision for this family or for this individual? One of my personal reflection as a Black social worker is that at times I felt I had to work hard to prove myself. That said, when you have lived your life in a certain country, you understand almost like, obviously, you understand the culture and everything. But as a profession that we know, the representation is key in that sector for BAME. That's when I say BAME is Black and Ethnic Minority. So presentation is key in there. For someone who joined that profession, like I said in my previous video on that day, the video you saw was the exact day that I finished it. And this is like more than 1 year. It is over 1 year. That video should be going towards 2 years today that I'm making this video. And even as I'm making the video today, it's likely to stay a couple of weeks or months before I post it, because I do always make my videos, some videos, and post them later on, not in real time. But all of my videos are always, but when it comes to life of updates like this, I don't usually post them immediately. Just like you saw the first day that I qualified, the first day that I started working as a social worker, that video was done several months ago. It was created for you years ago, if that makes sense. But I posted it. I posted it when I posted it. And I'm making this video today to just give my personal reflection. I noticed something that as a Black person in that profession, you need to prove yourself. It They may not see it. Yeah, it might be a comment, it might be like they may not really see it, they may not actually see it, they may not really see it, but it is something that is very predominant. And I have had also reflection with other individuals who feels the same way. There were moments where I sensed subtle bias, very subtle, is not loud. I felt it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's not what it is. But if you compare it with other counterparts, you felt like, okay, mind you, I am no longer working in that organization as I make this video. It's like very subtle. If you don't see it, you won't see it. If you don't look down, you will not see it. If they don't tell you about it, you will not see it. Like literally, you could actually tell someone, look at it, it's looking at you. They won't see because they may not understand it. But you would know. Your instincts, for someone like me who has a very strong instinct, I would say sometimes it's very glaring. And someone like me, one of the things that I do, which I think would be helpful for anyone watching this video today, as a Black person, or even any race that you are, to question things that are not right. When I started questioning things, that's when things begin to walk in the right direction. When I start calling white, black, I no need of, okay, so where I come from, where you're too forward, they will say, see, this is gonna be a long video. It is me saying my own reflection. Everyone's reflection will be different from mine. This is not probably a fact because it is not backed. It is not like a research per se, but this is my own reflection. So where I'm coming from, when you are very forward, they say that you lack respect. You need to be really modest, like solidarity, modest, for you to be in quotes, okay, this is competent staff. But from what I notice in this society, if you bring that attitude here, you will be tagged as you are incompetent, you lack confidence, you're timid, any name, just filling the gaps. So the earlier you try to speak up for yourself, to query things that are not right. That's what they call boldness here. That's what they call confidence here. But where I am coming from, if you do that, is seen in a different light. But here, no. So one of the take home I would say is ensure that you query things that needs to be queried, things that are not going in the right direction, that you feel are not right. Address it during your supervision with your manager professionally, and most time put that in an email so that you have an evidence of that. These experiences are not always direct when we talk about subtle, passive, and subtle R word. It is not always very direct or obvious, but they can make you feel like constantly that you need to demonstrate your competence. It makes you feel like, and if care is not taken, you begin to question who you are, if you can actually do it. That's why one of my videos that I made in one of my self-development content, I did mention that never let anyone make you feel less of yourself. That you should never let anyone make you feel less of yourself or less of who you are. And that's because I feel that a lot of us, a lot of Black people, anybody at all, anybody, even as a newly qualified, since you don't have the experience, sometimes you may query what you need to do, you may query your ability, but in the place of seeking that support, never let anyone to derogate you, never let anyone to use derogatory words. Or obviously for me, I didn't get any of such behavior or words, but talking generally, or the attitude that you feel that is not professional, or the attitude that you feel that you need extra support. So sometimes give yourself that time, because to learn, everybody learn in different ways. Some people, I'm being distracted, there's someone trying to call me. So some people can easily, learn. Some people are fast learners, some people are slow learners, but at the end of the day, we all learn in different ways. So that will make you feel that you need to demonstrate that competence. However, those moments also reminded me that while representation in social work as a BAME person is important, I also feel that our different backgrounds or cultures and perspectives bring value to the profession and to the people who we support as well, the family, the individual, the older people. Despite the challenges, despite all of that, my ASYE year was also a period of significant growth for me. I received the support that I received, the support, the experience of support of experienced workers. Sometimes I have to check in with my supervisor, with my manager rather, because for me on my ASYE I didn't have supervisor. Some people may have supervisor and a manager, whatever it's called, in your own organization, but for me it was my manager. So, and I also have a senior practitioner that I can also reach out to. So that they really helped me to guide me in what I need to do as a new qualified. And we share knowledge, not that they give me outrightly. I have to table what I need to do. So for you to go to someone for an advice, you have to make sure that yes, you also have something to say. Don't just go, oh, what do I need to do? This is what happens. What do I do? No, you need to actually reflect on what you think you would do, bring that to the table and have that conversation during your supervision or even with your senior colleague, that this is what I think is best for the individual, family or children or adults. And you have to share that knowledge, but you don't allow them to do the suggestions all the time, because it shows you're not learning. But if you bring that to the table, they will be able to guide it. Okay, that's a good thing to do, or no, let's do it like this, or we can adjust it either way. Also, drawing from senior experience that will also help you to reflect on your own practice. It helps you to see where you're not doing right and places you think they think that you should do better. It makes you to reflect on it, on ways that you can do better. Also, the use of supervision for me is supervision discussion with my colleagues and learning from real cases, not not abstract cases, helps me to build confidence over time. One thing I learned is that confidence does not just come immediately. It develops gradually through experience, through your reflection of the cases you've done, and also learning from both the mistakes or your successes. For me, I learned really quick. For the first 2 months, I learned really quick because the team that I worked for at the time is a very fast-paced team. Literally, you get to learn a lot. I learned very quick that even at a point they had to, it's like I learned very that even anybody can see it, anyone can see that I learned very quick, because every case that you will encounter will teach you something new. And being there's a fast place and there's so many cases, you will learn quick. For those of you who are about to start your ASYE, I would like to share a few pieces of advice. Firstly, don't be afraid to ask questions at all. Don't be afraid to ask senior colleague or experienced staff questions. Don't be afraid to do that, because social work is complex. It is better you ask questions than you go and make a mistake, because you are working with families, you're working with humans. They are not objects, so you can't afford to make a mistake. You cannot afford to make any form of mistake. So this is why it is good for you to ask questions. Ask questions, because it is very complex, and no one expects you as a newly qualified nobody expects you to know everything in your first year, not even your 3 months. It's not possible, because even people of 10 years experience, 5 years, 3 years, 4, 5, 8 years are still asking questions in some cases. How much more you? How much more you that are just fresh out of the university? The second one is use supervision well, and one of these advices, I've mentioned them over and over again. So use supervision because it is a space for learning, reflection, and professional development. So when I said about if you feel things are not going right, that you should query it, this is when you should always say it, to discuss it with your manager, or you can pull forward an email, just so you have that balance, so just so you have that, and then use that period again for reflection of your cases, and talk about professional developments that you think you can also benefit from. So be open and honest about the challenges you face in the team as well. Thirdly, I would say build supportive relationships with your colleagues. Yeah, that is very important. Build that relationship with your colleague, because since they are very experienced as well, you will need their advice sometimes when you need that, because your manager will not always be there, or your supervisor, whatever that applies to you, may not always be there. So build that relationship with them, that supportive relationship with your colleagues, both senior or whoever, right? Because social work is demanding, and having people around you who you can learn from and talk to makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. Fourthly, I would say take care of your well-being, because it's very important, because the work is draining and emotionally draining. The work can be very emotionally demanding, so look after yourself. It is very essential. Finally, for me, which the list is not exhaustible, finally for me is for those from minority background, like a black or whichever ethnic group that you are from, especially the BAME. Remember that your voice and perspective are valuable. You belong in this profession, so you need to be represented, and your presence contributes to a more inclusive and understanding social work practice. So completing the program, the ASYE, is more than just finishing a year of work. It's about developing your identity as a social worker, building resilience, and also learning how to navigate both the challenges and the reward of the profession. So if you're about to begin your ASYE, or you're already in it, be patient with yourself, stay open to learning, and remember that growth takes time. Growth, it really takes time. because social work is not always easy, but it is meaningful work, and the impact you can have on people's life is incredibly important. In terms of my personal hurdles that I passed through during the ASYE, that is not something I am willing to share right now. Maybe in the future, maybe I would, but this is for me a professional point of view that I would give regarding my reflection, regarding my experience. And the list is not exhaustible. It's so much. It is actually really long, but in all, I had it sweet, bad, anything you can think of, you know. By the end of the day, it was all for my learning. The coursework, not the coursework, but you know, the portfolio is just like placement again, but this is not placement. You get paid for it, isn't it? But it's more, you have real cases you deal with, and then you do your portfolio, which is a lot of writing. So it's as if you're in uni, away from uni, if that makes sense. So I will bring the video to a close here, but I would say that if you allow me to say my experience, it's so long. But yeah, for now, that is what I have to say about my experience as a newly qualified social worker. Right now, I am overly confident, but again, you can never know all. There are some cases I still need to go to people who to professionals who are very, very experienced, like several years of experience. I wish you all the best in your program and what you do. I wish you the very best, and I hope it ends well. So that is it from me, and I will see you again.